We've decoded the intel from the First Order spy, and it confirms the worst. Somehow
Kamala Harris
returned.
Wait, do we believe this?
It's simply not plausible. Joe Biden is as healthy as ever.
Dark science. Cloning. Secrets only the Sith knew.
Been planning revenge. His followers have been building something for years. The largest
coup
the galaxy's ever known.
She
calls it the Final Order. In 16 hours, attacks on all free worlds begin. The Emperor and his fleet have been hiding in the unknown regions on a world called Exegol. So
Kamala's
been out there all this time, pulling the strings.
Always in the shadows from the very beginning.
If we want to stop her, we must find him. We must find
Trump Skywalker.
In a world of remakes and remasters, what was once sacred and cool has now soured and become lame. Gone are the days of Pogs and Cowabunga. Now is the reign of slurp juice and dabs. Kids these days don't even know how bad they've got it. Now it's up to the best generation to rise to the occasion and make a show that dares to go where a lot of other nerdy shows have already gone quite a bit. That's right. They're going to talk about it a lot.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. This is Best Gen, where nerds complain about nerdy things, and it's called Best Gen because all of us, más o menos, are from the same generation. We happen to think that it's the best one, not because we as people are better than you, but because our entertainment certainly was. So strap on in and prepare to wax nostalgic as we reminisce upon the days of yore, while simultaneously complaining about the bad movies that Hollywood's making today. It's been a week. Oh boy. Sorry, I was getting stuff ready during the intro, and I realized you guys were sending me private messages. Hold on, someone's really loud. Just muting Jared real quick. We have you guys heard the video, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see any of your private messages until just now, and now I'm worried. And
no, it's just a problem when joining the stream through mobile phone.
You won't be able to see the audio.
Videos you play.
Got it. We're a couple minutes late because I was literally rendering that video like
That's a pretty quick render.
5 minutes ago.
I was laughing so hard, my audio was peaking. I had to lower my decibels like -10. I was laughing my ass off.
You still getting feedback from me? Dang, sorry.
Yeah, you're really buzzy, Bearded.
It's okay. We'll deal with it when you want to talk because we really want to hear your opinions.
We really want to hear your opinions. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been crazy. Bearded doesn't have along with us, so I swear we'll talk about Joe Biden. But I think we need to hear just a quick snippet from Bearded, who can't stay long, somehow justifying the existence of the Acolyte. And then once he leaves, we can talk behind his back and make fun of it. Bearded's in Guantanamo.
Is it coming through a little bit better? Yeah.
It's not great.
Yeah, darn. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I figure I gotta make an appearance since I've done so much defending of the show, and there were some cool things. There were some cool parts of the fight. I will say
I can say that the best part of the Acolyte were the fight scenes. I don't think they're good. If you scrutinize them, I think they fall apart. But they were the best part.
Yeah, I think this was the only lightsaber fight that was half decent. I haven't analyzed it, frame by frame, seeing if they're missing their shots or anything. But it looked pretty good. The hand-to-hand fight scene, not so much, but the lightsaber fight scene, I thought was pretty good.
I thought that they did a pretty good job with it. I think that the idea of the fight scenes looked pretty good. Occasionally, they didn't have enough finesse to their practice where it felt like it wasn't rehearsed. But I think that the choreography of it itself was okay. They just couldn't. They weren't great at the execution on it. But there were some really cool pieces that they had in there. I know a lot of people have hated the idea of bleeding a kyber crystal. I haven't totally hated it, and I thought it kind of cool representation of it, if you will at least accept the fact that that's the idea that they bleed the blades. But
except that it's supposed to be really, really hard to do.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Vader couldn't do it the first time, and then it caused a huge explosion.
Yeah. You could argue maybe because he wasn't fully, he still had good in him or something. I don't know, but I agree. It seems, having not actually read the material where that's been explored otherwise, it did seem a little bit like, it seems like there's usually a bit more intention involved in this than what she was doing. But I will say though, her reason for turning worked pretty well. Now, the rest of it, the idea that she had been lied to, the fact that she didn't hear the whole story so that it was only kind of half true what she was mad about, just wasn't satisfying with the whole and May's whole I am totally innocent in this is so dumb. I really do dislike how innocent May wants to think she is in every way.
I only killed 6 people.
Yeah.
See, that's where it breaks down for me, because May doesn't care, or sorry, Osha. I get them confused with their whole stupid characters. Right. Osha doesn't care that her sister murdered all of her Jedi friends until she finds out that Soul killed her mom, and then all of a sudden she's like, she cares suddenly. That does not make sense when you take the rest of her actions throughout the entire season.
It doesn't take the full scope of it into account very well. However, the idea that the way she is feeling about it is, so far this entire time she's felt like, no, May is lying, May has been evil, May has told me no truth, and Soul has told me that May did it all, or at least implied that May did it all, and so I'm just going to be mad at her, and then to find out, oh no, you lied to me and you did kill my mother. Not pausing to hear any of the rest of the story or connecting the fact that still May started the fire and was responsible for the deaths of everybody else and kind of was responsible for the fact that Soul killed mom anyway is really frustrating. But again, the idea that okay, all of my history with the Jedi, and in particular, as she explained the fact that her inability to let go of her anger at May for the death of their parents, of their family or whatever, was the reason she couldn't become a Jedi, and then to find out that was a lie.
Here's where I'll push back on you. You're saying I think that her reason for turning is justified, and I think you're 100% wrong, because the writers of this show don't think that she's turned to the dark side.
Yeah,
even after she strangles Soul to death, they're still painting Osha as a good character.
Yeah, and that's really frustrating.
They try to have this heartfelt moment at the end where, oh, she's still good, she's still caring for people. It's just a misunderstanding, and the Jedi are actually the bad guys.
And I will say, I didn't feel so much like they were really hanging hard on that.
Dude, they were. These people do not believe in good and evil. They can't write it.
I still feel like can see that what she is doing is she was going with the bad people. She is choosing to go with bad people. And I think that they've put it in terms where the Jedi made mistakes but aren't evil. So I don't
No,
think
what are you talking about? Master Nepo is like covering up for murders and stuff.
Her, yes. I don't think they're trying to paint her in a good light, but that I think that even Saul, they're saying, was made mistakes but was not evil. And so like I think
they were trying to say
the Jedi are not evil. You know?
Even the fact that they said he was a good person who made a bad mistake is retarded. He did nothing wrong. Soul did nothing wrong.
He was a little emotional. He did a lot of emotional reacting and doing stuff that was a little hasty. I agree 99% of this is not Saul's fault. I'll give him 1% fault, but yeah, 99% of this is not his fault.
Yeah, so, I can't. The morality of this show is just so wrong. Like I disagree with every single point that this show is trying to make. Like I genuinely think this show is evil. I think it is teaching children bad things, and it's an abomination. It's the worst Star Wars. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. It's the worst Star Wars I've ever seen. I hate this. I think this is worse on a technical level than Rings of Power and The Wheel of Time. I still hate The Wheel of Time more because I love the book so much, but this is doing more evil.
Yeah, I won't go that far. I agree with all of the concepts that you disagree with and the concepts that you agree with, but I don't quite feel like this show is as drastically off base on that as you think it is. I do think that they're off on it, but not quite as badly as you do. So that's why I'm not as angry at it, because I don't feel like it's quite as extremely, taking good as evil and evil as good.
Well, what I think is interesting is I think there's a little bit of both, honestly, because I felt like Bearded, where there was a lot more justification to her actions, Osha's actions.
What?
So here's the thing. Like, I think that there is, because they come out with some of the history where she's been lied to this whole time, and if you've been lied to for that long, that can certainly make you angry. That can certainly make you, feel disappointed and
Question.
Hold on.
How do you go about breaking the news? Hey, your mom turned into pure evil, so I killed her.
I know. Hold on. Let me just keep going. So
she turned into evil smoke.
I think that there's a lot that she can feel justified in turning to the dark side. I don't think though.
Well, of course, everyone is going to feel justified in their path into evil. People don't think they're doing the wrong thing. They always think they're doing the right thing.
I know. Hold on. Let me just.
They're wrong.
Finish.
Go on.
Because what I'm trying to say is that I think there's a little bit of like, you both are a little bit right. Like, Bearded has his point that yes, there was a little bit more justification into why she turned to the dark side, but at the same time, there's the ridiculous concept of, I just barely turned this cyber crystal to a Darth color, to the red, right? And now, of course, I have to go, study with this guy, right? Like, it was her reasons as to following and becoming a Sith and training under the Sith were stupid and had no meaning at all. But like, for her feeling that anger, I think that's justified.
Sure, feeling anger is justified, but her actions are not.
Yes,
there's a lot of stuff. The actions of killing someone is not justified, regardless of how justified.
Exactly.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. There's a lot of that where I'm like, that was just dumb. Like, I don't believe that was just, or that she needed to do that, or she could have resisted that, right? And she should have. Yeah. But then on the same side of, on the argument, like, I do also agree that, Alan has. It is true that Alan. I mean that. Not even Alan.
That I'm right.
It's true that this particular show is pushing this idea that there is no right and wrong, and Jedi aren't the good and the Sith aren't the bad. Which is
I won't agree that they're saying there is no right and wrong. That's where I think it is. I don't think they're saying there is no right and wrong, but they are leaning into the idea that the Jedi are very susceptible to corruption, and that there are several Jedi that are making bad choices.
Dude, this show is literally trying to say that Osha is the good guy.
Yeah, and I agree that because they have her as the protagonist, that it leans that direction more. But I don't really think they're trying to say that what she is doing is the right thing.
That doesn't make sense to me. They're absolutely saying it. If they had her do a full turn to the dark side, and after she bleeds her kyber crystal, she still gets to have this. I'm just trying to help. I'm just misunderstood. They're absolutely justifying her actions.
Yeah,
I don't agree. I still think that they want us to sympathize with her as a character, regardless of if she's making bad decisions. So that's why they're trying to do that, But I think they're saying that she made the wrong choice. I can't see, even the way that they present it, I can't see that as them trying to say that she's making the right choices. I don't think they're saying that.
Well, there definitely is an undertone.
Holding hands.
Yeah, the whole thing.
That was weird.
The crux of the entire show was, the only reason things didn't work out for me is because I didn't get to do what I wanted. Well, what is it you want, Osha? What do you want?
Yeah,
I want to join the dark side, and that was the answer. I guess on a meta narrative, it was she always wanted to train. Okay, but that doesn't even track with her character. Because she was the one who didn't care about training as a kid, her sister did, and she wanted to go join. All she wanted was to join the Jedi, and she got that. And then at the end, it's supposed to be tied together in this pretty metaphor that makes no sense. What do you want, Osha? I want you to do what you want. Well, I want to go bang this murderer.
The characterization and the character arcs are still pretty nonsensical. They're still not really connecting in a way that's very satisfying at all. But like I said, the real comparison for me is it makes more sense to me for her to hear, "Oh, you lied to me and killed my mother. I'm going to choke you out," as opposed to, "Oh no, I kind of helped you out, Emperor Palpatine. Now I'm going to go kill young."
After that, it's after that. That's the problem. Look, I get it. Yes, I can understand her. She's doing that in anger. And that should be her turn to the dark side, and no one should be rooting for her at this point. But then they spend 10 minutes trying to say, no, she's still the good guy.
Yep.
I just don't agree that that's how I interpreted what they were showing there, that they were trying to show
this whole emotional thing with her sister.
What else?
Go off and be a dark side.
That's a great thing. Mind wipe your sister and leave her to the Jedi so that they can...
Why did they leave her at all? Why didn't she just go with them? None of it makes sense, dude.
Yeah, you're right. I 100% agree with you on that.
And they leave and they say, "Look, I'll come back for you. I'll find you." Why leave her though?
Here's the answer. It's because they want a second season, so they want to have her be a tie for Vernestra to use to hunt Chemo or whatever. That's why
so dumb.
For the second season, because it's backward writing. They're not writing anything that makes sense. They're saying, "Oh, we want to leave it for a later thing." Yeah, exactly. You're right. You're 100% right. Yeah.
This whole time, I've been talking about how
I gave these guys way too much credit.
Oh, yeah.
I kept saying, "Look, I think they're trying to do this. They're trying to be subtle." It didn't go anywhere.
Yep. Along those same lines too, we were saying that Vernestra, Nepo lady, she's the only one that knows about this, and she's being incompetent by not reporting this to the Jedi Council. So the larger Jedi as a whole,
and she tells Yoda
about this whole thing, and then she freaking tells Yoda, what the hell?
Well, even that, she tells the whole.
But the fact that she goes to Yoda sets it up like she might be telling him, or maybe
she's lying to him. Sure.
I just don't like what they're trying, what they're hinting at, or what they might.
What I don't understand is how some random politician knows what's going on, but Yoda doesn't.
Yeah, that too. We can tell someone on the not the Jedi Council,
just some random guy shows up. Hey, I know all of the plot. You guys are the bad guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. I also
she's going to wipe. She's going to erase Yoda's mind. That is the worst thing I've ever heard. Can you please leave? I don't want you. What? Oh gosh.
Why did you tell him? So the other thing is that so again, this is just a nitpick thing, but it was one of those things where I don't know.
Awful.
I thought that I had heard that Yoda isn't even on the Jedi Council at this point. He had been, and then he stepped down, and he's doing something else, so he's not even on the Jedi Council. So why she's going to report to him is just for fan service. And then
you realize they lied too, though. Okay, go on.
I was just going to say, you can also tell that the puppet that they use, because they're using a puppet, oh yay, cool, is a much older depiction of Yoda.
That's what gives him his speech impediment.
I hate you.
It gives him a stroke, so he talks backwards.
Oh my gosh.
No, it makes so much sense. No, well, here's the problem. They totally lied too, though, right? Remember when they brought in Kiani Mundi, and she said, "Oh, well, the reason we went with Kiani Mundi, we wanted to bring in Yoda, but we couldn't afford it, and so we chose Kiani Mundi instead. And unfortunately, that we had to rewrite some canon." No, they're just lying cows. All of them.
To me, it's just that they're not great at telling the story. It's disappointing to me overall. Like there's things I liked. There's things I can still enjoy. I liked some of the ideas that they just didn't execute very well. Even ideas that you guys didn't like. I'm like, I kind of like the idea. I could be okay with exploring this or that.
We're saying the same thing. We're saying the same thing. I agree. The show could have been better if it was better. Like,
I'm even saying that even things that you didn't like, I'm like, even some of the ideas that you didn't like, I would have been okay with, but they just didn't do it well.
Yeah. I think there's absolutely a great story that you can tell here, and they didn't. At every turn they chose to tell the opposite of that,
I liked the suggestion that this should have been about Saul and the one that was active Padawan right then.
Yeah, it should have been The Fugitive.
And then maybe,
this show should have been The Fugitive, the Star Wars.
That's
Star Wars, The Fugitive.
That's a great suggestion, but even different than that is take out Osha and make completely. Someone is killing Jedi, and it's Darth Smiley, and they're trying to find it out, and Darth Smiley starts to tempt Soul's apprentice. There you go. They're just out there trying to figure out who this murderer is, what's going on, and eventually they kill Soul and take away his apprentice. Cool. That would be most of what they wanted to do with this show, and would have been a much cleaner storyline to tell. So two great ideas that they could have taken this concept and gone much better.
Yep.
At every turn, there were so many moments where we're like, "Oh, this could be an interest." No, we're not going the interesting direction. We're going a direction that just makes no sense.
Yeah, and I felt like they just threw a whole bunch of little Easter eggs for little canon Easter eggs, like with the cortosis. You're like, "Oh, look, see, we're bringing some Legends material in here with the cameo with Plagueis at the end." Like, "Oh, look."
I wanted to like that, but it's like the way that they put that in. You're like, wait, what is going on? Why is he what? Like, what is he doing and why? And I'm so confused as to like, okay, cool, it's Plagueis. That's kind of what I want, but he's just sneaking around watching them.
They're setting up like he's been watching the whole time, and he's figured out what these witches did, and he's trying to replicate what the witches did in creating life.
And again, you can even do that with it not being he's just skulking around, and we have no idea if he's actually connected or talked to Kimir, or if he's if he's currently a Sith apprentice, or if he's not, or like how he connects into anything other than the fact that he's watching them. And then eventually that's going to be why he knows how to do it. Like, I'm okay with him figuring this out from the witches. Like I said, that's an idea you guys hate. That I'm okay with that idea, but they just did it so dumbly.
Here's what you were talking about with David with the bleeding the kyber crystals. This is Darth Vader's second attempt. His first attempt failed. First, I think it's stupid. Anyway, the idea of bleeding kyber crystals. It's not the worst. It's not the worst thing that Disney has added to canon. Okay, so if you're gonna do it, at least make it cool. It caused giant explosions and created a volcanic eruption. It took so much energy. But the diversity hire can just not show any emotion and bleed her kyber crystal.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily take it that way, but it still is like, yeah, it was way too easy.
Also,
I can even because I think that they want to explore the idea that with Vader, it's so hard for him to do because he's still holding on to Padme and he still has good in him or whatever, and so he can't quite commit to it to certain degrees, even though you saw him commit pretty hard when he killed all those younglings. But whatever. So maybe you can say that she committed to it more than he did because he gets redeemed, and she hopefully won't be redeemed, but she probably will. Anyway, that's good. That was a good joke.
What made it look dumber though? I don't care whatever. If she bleeds or I don't care about bleeding kyber crystals enough to even hate that moment, right? But what made it look stupid is the way it slowly turned the lightsaber red.
Yeah.
From the hilt, it started at the hilt, and then the blue but it's being emitted from the it would instantly change. It should have been hot dog style, right? Some of it was red and blue along the blade, but it just slowly creeps up like a loading bar, and you're like, you people are so stupid. You these people just don't know basic math.
I could get behind that one a little bit. That maybe it was only halfway done, so it still looked blue, and then it was finishing. I don't know.
Look, it would have gone along the blade. And
I actually really liked how that looked.
That's not,
It doesn't make sense, but I actually really liked how that looked.
Cool.
I hated it.
The way it happened, but
I was laughing that whole time. I was like, "But it's light. It's a blade. That's not how light works."
So I'm gonna pop out here. Okay. I will also say House of the Dragon was pretty awesome because it's House of the Dragon. Pretty friggin' awesome. But yep. Anyway, thanks for having me pop in for just a few minutes here, and I'm gonna try to defend, but I hope you realize I'm not even really defending it because there's not a whole lot to defend. But I like some things.
I get you're like playing devil's advocate. Like I get it's such a hard show to defend.
And that's kind of how I was with Obi-Wan, and kind of how I was with Ahsoka. I think I liked Ahsoka a little bit better than this, but Obi-Wan, similar level. I might put this just above because I think there were some cooler things and a few like it didn't have Reva fighting against the whole Reva thing, especially at the end, was extra dumb, and I think that knocks Obi-Wan down for me. But like,
I think it's the worst. I think it's the worst.
Obi-Wan had that cool split scene, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was at least that scene alone was better than anything we got in this show.
I think Acolyte is worse than Book of Boba Fett.
I agree.
Yeah, no, Power Rangers are dumber than that.
Look, even Book of Boba Fett had some. Boba Fett even had Boba Fett at least had somewhat of a narrative. Okay. Like it had a character arc. It was stupid, but it made more sense than this.
And they had Mandalorian.
To me, the flashback to Boba Fett was just as dumb in terms of like it. They told a story, but it like was presented in such a way that made it feel really confusing and dumb, but not in a way that was supposed to be like, oh, now I understand. It was like we're just flashing back sometimes and telling this other story, and then it doesn't really.
There wasn't a single point during the Acolyte where I was like, oh, it makes sense now.
I felt better about some of the reveal and it making sense, kind of.
Like, where did they even go with like the power of one, power of two, power of many? They in fact constantly showed the opposite of that.
Yep. From the very introduction of that concept,
there was no recurring theme. Nothing came full circle. Like there was not a single thread that led to the end, except I want to train, but even that is contradictory of her character.
Right. Like
I want
no. Okay, it does come full circle. It does come full circle. There's one thread, and then you can leave. It's May says to her sister, who is not her sister, who is herself. She says, I want to kill you, and by the end of watching the show, I also wanted to kill myself.
All right, thanks. You guys have a good week. Okay. Enjoy chatting about everything, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, Jared.
Bye.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whew. I was tripping while you were talking, bro. I was thinking about life. Holy moly, bro! Like, I've done so much this week, guys. Like, I'm being for real. if you have something that you're not telling someone and you know exactly what I'm talking about, that thing that you're not telling someone, it can be anyone, someone that hurt you maybe. That thing is holy, like it's so freeing when you actually say it. And
Yeah, for sure.
I've been carrying with so much weight for so long, and I feel liberated after, like, and for the first time in my life I can tell you that God is real.
It's awesome.
Like without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
And he has been guiding me through these dark times. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be here with you.
100%. Absolutely. I mean, look how long Joe Biden was holding on to these words.
Bro.
Good segue.
Like good segue?
I want to talk about Biden so much. I hate that guy, bro.
Oh, man. All right, let's get to it.
Not to diminish anything you were saying, but it was just too good of a segue.
It was so good. It was so good. Yeah, I wanted to talk about it. Yeah, I wanted to talk about it so badly. But Biden, finally, he's dropping.
Oh, man.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
I don't even know if this is a good or a bad thing, because
it's going to be crazy. It's going to be absolutely crazy, and it's every day is going to be different. I can't see them sticking with Kamala Harris.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Biden's going to be so annoyed when someone tells him that he dropped out. Yes. Well, like just yesterday too. I mean, even up to today, they kept going with no. Joe Biden is our, like, Kamala Harris yesterday was. He's so great. He's definitely at 100% of his faculties. No one is stronger than him. Oh, I'm not strong enough. 24 hours later. This was a good one though. Dems pulled off a successful insurrection. They literally forced him out. I mean, there've been, oh man, it's been crazy. It hasn't been shocking. Like, if you've been paying attention to the leaks, everyone wanted him to leave, and Jill Biden was the only one who was keeping him in. Yeah, but I think he went a little bit rogue. Or I think Kamala Harris went rogue.
Yeah,
and got him to endorse her. I don't think he was supposed to at all.
I bet that he was not supposed to.
Yeah,
I bet he wasn't, because
well, there's two camps. There's two. The problem there is some weight to it, because she's the only one that can use their campaign finance funds, which is a lot of money. If they go with someone else, that money's gone. I mean, I'm sure the Democrats could find some way to sweep it under the rug, right? But they don't want it to be Harris, so they have one choice. They keep Harris on the ticket and give her some Pete Buttigieg running mate. You know,
really
make Pete, you know, give her some soft soy boy as a VP. They could even keep her as VP and give her a new, and make her still run as VP to keep the money. I don't see that could. I don't think that could go over well. I don't think that they could sell that to anyone. Or they go with someone. I mean, the Democrats have been trying to push Gavin Newsom for president for a very long time. They've been preparing him.
Not even in California.
I think he's who they want to push.
Well, the problem is everyone that was against Gavin Newsom in California is no longer in California.
Yeah.
Myself.
No, I don't. No. Like right now, the situation in California is like it's divided.
But he's really good at lying and pretending like it's not, and people are gullible.
Yeah.
That's his thing. He's horrible. I think he's way worse than Joe Biden, but he's better at talking. He's much better at swinging things, right?
I will even argue that the people that wanted him out of California wanted him out because they had to stay in California, you know? Like, if they're gonna go, like, why did they want, you know? Maybe some left, obviously, but most people are stuck there.
That one's cold, man. It's cold.
Cold as ice.
If Clinton wants to run, like it's going to be Clinton.
Hillary?
But I think she just endorsed Kamala too, though. So
She did.
I don't know if she wants to do it. But yeah, he Biden endorsed her. This was hilarious, though. Okay, I don't have the full article pulled up, but Brad, good friend, sent me this. Aaron Sorkin, you guys know who that is? The writer, Hollywood script writer, director guy.
Yeah.
This dropped like an hour after the announcement. Okay.
It says 6 a.m.
That's hilarious.
This is how, because he's a script writer, okay? How I would script this moment for Biden and the Democrats. There's something the Democrats can do that would not just lump, that wouldn't just put a lump in people's throats with his appeal to stop Donald Trump at all costs, unity, but with its originality and sense of sacrifice. So here's my pitch to the writers' room. The Democrat Party should pick a Republican. They should pick Mitt Romney.
Yeah.
I think it's done. Like, I don't know. Like, they can pick Harry Season for that matter. You know, they can pick freaking like Barney and his friends or whatever. And I don't see it away unless they completely, you know, I cannot say it on live, but unless they completely sabotage the thingy, that's the only way they can win.
Sabotage the thingy?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I saw an article too that last week, right before this.
What a Mitch.
What a Mitch. Son of a Mitch. Yeah. No, I saw an article that Biden has COVID now, apparently.
Yeah, he does.
No, yeah, that was
that was like 2 days before the announcement.
Yeah. So I don't know. The only thing I think that could help the Democrats at this point is if they get a candidate that's not Kamala Harris, and if Joe Biden dies of COVID, then they could get some sympathy votes.
Nah, because he should have died before retiring from the nomination, in my opinion. Like now nobody cares about that old man. Literally.
Yeah, well, there's two problems. Everyone knows this isn't a new problem. It's just gotten so bad that it's unmanageable. Okay, and so everyone knows everyone knows he wasn't the one running, right? And they've even said that. Like, look, I would vote for a corpse against Donald Trump. That they've been posting that all over.
Yeah.
Okay. So they know they're not actually voting for Joe Biden. The problem is now they have to admit it.
Yep.
Okay. They have to admit, hey, Joe Biden was running under false pretenses this entire time, or they have to admit democracy actually isn't important to us. Because that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
The people chose Joe Biden. And now we're saying, we know better than you. So it's a lose-lose situation.
I mean, look, like, the left is not, they are not, like, real human intelligence. It's like a hive mind. So, like I said, this guy is no longer useful for them, Biden.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what happens to him. Like, it won't matter. That's why they didn't end him now. Like, I think, holy moly, maybe he's 5D chess Biden. Like, maybe Biden is actually smart. And he said, okay, they're going to freaking end me to win this election, because that was the only way that they were going to do it. There was no other way. He was a walking, babbling buffoon, making a fool of himself. A poor guy. He has dementia. Like, I feel bad for the guy, but it's not his fault. It's Jill Biden and the machine controlling him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he dropped out to avoid that, and now he's gonna survive and live his life, happy life with his children, grandchildren, whatever. He's actually smart. I think that he did it because he knew that the threat was coming so badly, because he wanted to run.
Yeah.
There had to be some piece of ego on that dying old man. Like, it has in all of us. There had to be a piece of fighting in that.
Well, he still has moments of lucidity too.
Yeah. And there has to be a freaking yeah. So I bet that he was like another guy. He was in a basement, like in a freaking 45 basement against nuclear bombs or something. And he was signing that letter saying like, if I don't do this tomorrow, they're gonna freaking find a way so I don't have to run. Um, and that would have been the better plan for them. They would have won with that. They probably would have won with that. But he did the smart things. I hope that he survived.
No.
You're not getting off that easy, Mark.
No, Mark. You don't get to drop out of watching Top Gun Maverick just because Joe Biden dropped out after I watched all of the Acolyte just for you.
As a matter of fact, I think that you, as a patriotic thing to do, it will be to watch.
It's so good, dude. I don't know why you're fighting it so bad, so hard.
Okay, I don't know if he's gonna like it.
He's probably seen the original Top Gun, and so he just can't watch a sequel if he's watched the first movie.
I don't blame him.
He watched them out of order.
He's got to start with the second one. Let's be honest.
The second one is better than I watched.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely better.
When I was a kid, and I was pretty impressed, but I didn't totally get it. Like I was like,
it's a good
these
one.
Men are only men playing like this seems gay.
Hunter Biden for president. Do it. I'd love it.
It was kind of homoerotic.
Oh, that would be great. I would love to see that debate between Hunter and Donald Trump.
Hey, then we'd at least have two criminals on the ballot, right?
Yep, there we go. Baby. It's Kramer versus Kramer. It's convict versus convict.
Yeah. I don't want to say.
Crazy week, man. Crazy week.
Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, Joe Biden finally dropped out of the presidential race, guys.
Hey, you know what? My mom got my eagle for me. You know, it just is what happens with those motherly.
Your Eagle Scout.
Yeah.
Did you guys see this one? The dictionary got ratioed. They tweeted out what's your grammar Nazi thing that you would hill that you die on, and everyone retweeted them.
Adult female.
That a woman means adult female, and then they started off by deleting all of the replies, and then
blocking everyone,
deleting their post. Yeah.
Wow.
They block everyone that responded to them.
This is if you. I'm sorry that we have to talk about this crap. I want to talk about nerdy stuff. I want to talk about Star Wars. I want to talk about good Star Wars, okay? I wish I didn't have to talk about the Acolyte, okay? It would be great if it was good. But, if you're just sitting in your basement and just saying, oh, I don't want to, I just want to talk about nerdy stuff now, this has become such a... The culture war has become so large, okay, that dictionaries are no longer unbiased.
Yeah.
Okay? It's become ingrained in every part of our culture, this woke nonsense. Okay? Which is why it's so baffling to me. I know Jared's not here to defend himself, okay? I love Jared. Okay? But it's baffling to me that people like that just haven't opened their eyes enough to see what I can see.
You have not seen
when someone can say, "Oh, I don't see that messaging," right? And he even admits, yeah, it's kind of there. I just don't think it's as big as an issue as you're saying. I get it. Okay, I'm straw manning him. Okay, but there are lots of people, a lot dumber. Okay, who say, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see this messaging and things. There's no way. They call you conspiracy theorist for or saying that they even say that woke doesn't exist, right? It's everywhere. Yeah. Of course, that was the message of the Acolyte.
Yeah.
Because the dictionary has a message now.
Yep.
This is what people need.
You can close your eyes all you want, but it's there. It's there, and they're coming for your kids.
They need to understand that it's no
Star
longer,
Wars is a kids show.
No longer just culture. It's no longer just nerdy stuff. No. This is a war against truth and lies.
and they said it. Doctor Who's target demographic was little kids.
Yeah. It's a war between good and bad. It's no longer about culture, like it's no longer a politics, like it's no MAGA stuff. It's not like, I live in Mexico and I support Trump. Why? Because I know that this guy is actually fighting against the lies and the false and the delusion from the left.
Yeah, there's 20 years of gender studies in the workforce now. It's everywhere. We don't need to talk about that one. Okay, I thought this was funny. Okay. Two things to say. Okay, I have two.
Jesus Christ.
I have two things to say. Okay. I think this is really cringy. Okay, that's my first thing. My second thing. It's not blasphemy.
It's a meme, right?
This is not what. No. I think the people are serious about this. Okay. This is not blasphemous. Okay, because this isn't saying that Donald Trump is Jesus Christ. Now, I'm sure there are some people saying that. That's blasphemous. Okay, that's not what this is. This is 100% true. Okay, Jesus took upon himself all of our pain and suffering along with all of our sin. Okay, this is saying Jesus Christ suffered it too. Right. That's not blasphemy. It's a little weird, okay? It's a little weird, but it's not blasphemy.
Yep, I agree.
I also like the art style. I really like Impressionism. So,
yeah, the paint swatches.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I like that.
Anyway, I had to bring that one up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys saw? Okay.
I'm orange.
Okay, trying to get through news because Mexico hasn't actually watched the Acolyte or anything. But did you catch up with House of the Dragon?
I watched Trump be saved by God. That's what I watched, bro. Yeah. I watched his entire 1 hour 30 minutes speech and I cried. I cried because I was inspired. Obviously, I'm not delusional. Like I'm not like crazy like MAGA. Like he's God, he's Jesus. No, well, I was inspired by this strength.
No, like you said last week. I absolutely believe that God spared his life.
Yeah, definitely because he needed him. He's his fighter. He's the leader of a nation right now, or your nation right now.
But to compare him to Jesus Christ, that's a little blasphemous.
No, that's.
But guess what? God works through very imperfect people. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. God works through all of us.
I do not think Trump is he's far from perfect.
No,
okay.
But he's a son of God.
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah.
Did you guys? Did you guys see what happened with Jack Black and Tenacious D?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a wild storm with Tenacious D. There was so much stuff being thrown back and forth and misinformation and quotations.
People on the left are getting canceled now for saying, it's too bad that he missed.
Yeah.
Okay. Tenacious D had a concert and Jack Black sang happy birthday to his friend Kyle Gass. Right? It's the two guys. Sings happy birthday to him. What's your birthday wish? Oh, next time don't miss. People got mad, okay, understandably, because that's not cool.
Yeah.
And Kyle got canceled hard. There were movements to have him deported from Australia. They had to cancel their entire tour, and Jack Black threw him under the bus. Even though in that video he goes, "Thank you, yeah," and is laughing, ha 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 ha, completely agreeing with what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he throws him under the bus. I was blindsided by what he said on the show, on the Sunday show. I would never condone hate speech or encourage political violence in any form, even though I applauded what he said. I was blindsided by it. Like they didn't rehearse that.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't improvised.
Or if it was, they probably like joke about it at least.
After much reflection, it can't be the first time he said that. Okay? Maybe in public, yes, but not in private. After much reflection, I no longer feel it's appropriate to continue the Tenacious D tour. No, you couldn't. All of your venues canceled on you. Okay?
In Australia, yeah.
Guess what? Nowhere in this does he say I'm sorry. I've stopped collaborating with him. I'm grateful for fans for understanding. Throws his friend under the bus. His friend, Kyle Gass, apologizes. The line I improvised was inappropriate, dangerous, and a terrible mistake. I don't condone violence of any form, except when it's to cheering applause.
Yeah.
What happened was a tragedy. I'm so sorry I got caught in my severe lack of judgment. He does say I profoundly apologize to those I've let down, but not for what I said.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
I did notice that.
I regret the pain I've caused.
His sentiment has been said and parroted by so many people before and after this.
Yeah.
I have heard so many people, some of my friends and even family members too.
Yeah.
It's
scary.
It's pretty terrifying.
It's exactly what Gina Carano was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Segue. So when is Disney going to cancel Jack Black for saying something Gina Carano said, "Hey, this is what happened with the Nazis.
Yeah.
Let's try not to do that."
Yeah, let's not.
Jack Black said, "Do it more."
That's what's funny about it, is that literally is the same thing that she predicted that it was going to happen. Is the thought that is going around nowadays. This sick thought that they will be happy for,
No, that's not even true. The guy was dead. Everyone knew.
Yeah,
he had died.
They knew that he died there. Like like
it was a headshot.
Yeah.
That news came out the same time.
Same day, hours after it happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
That's why I cry when I watch Trump have the. Did you watch Trump have the firemen's?
I didn't see the funeral. No.
No, like he brought to stage.
Yeah, I saw
stage in the RNC the fireman's suit. Yeah, he was saying about the family. He's a real human being. That's the difference within these freaking politicians that are disgusting, and that's why people are drawn by him.
Yeah.
There's some good to come out of it though.
Has to.
I mean, like companies are backtracking hard. CNN fired their DEI program.
Wow. CNN, huh?
They tried to bury it, and they got caught. But everyone's doing this. It was who else did it? It was CNN did it. There's another big company that fired all
Amazon
of their DEI.
or something like
Amazon fired all of their DEI. There's another big company as well though. Goodness, racism is bad. We shouldn't judge people based on their race. Who would have thought? Microsoft did it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. It was Microsoft. Yeah.
Thank you for that one.
Do you believe? And I want to ask all of you guys, like, do you think that there's not a comeback, but there's forgiveness for this, like this change for these people? Are they gonna evolve? Are they gonna look back to how they were?
I don't think that they are going to change. I think they're going to be forced to change. because it's not going to be popular anymore, right? Look, as an individual, yes.
Yeah.
We are supposed to forgive. Okay, that doesn't mean that we let people take advantage of us. Okay, that doesn't mean we trust people immediately. That's why I'm not going to vote for Tulsi Gabbard. I'm really glad she's changing. I don't know if she's actually changed. Okay, I will forgive her for her policies. Because that is what Christ asks us to do. Forgive 70 times 7, right?
Right.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna let her babysit my kids. I also don't know her personally. I'm not. Right?
I will let her babysit myself, if you know what I mean. No, she's like 30 years older than you. I like 20. No. But she can run a marathon. That bitch can run.
All right.
What were we talking about? Forgiveness.
About forgiveness and changing. Yeah.
It's her little streak is pretty sexy. Okay.
No, but yeah, like let me think like for a second. In like 20 years max.
I don't think society is going to forgive them. I don't think people are going to let them sink. I mean, and you've seen it. Like, you've seen a bunch of people get canceled for stupid. Just this last week, getting fired for saying horrendous things that they've been saying for years. It's just they've never been held accountable until this last week, literally.
Because he was. Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, that's the thing. Like with free speech, it's always been free speech does not include calls to violence.
Right.
Yeah. That's always been the case. It's just only been enforced one way for years.
But I don't know.
And even that they weren't like the people getting canceled on the left or on the right weren't calling for violence. They were in fact calling for the opposite, like Gina Carano.
Very much. For peace.
Either that or they're canceled for making some, inappropriate joke 15, 20 years ago, that
exactly. And so for the people saying, "Oh, now it's just more cancel culture but the other way," it's not a double standard. It's completely different. Can it still go too far? Yeah, I think so. I think we need to be very, very careful.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to become the left. But it's not. But to pretend that it's equivalent in any way is psychotic.
There's gonna be a lot of friction for the change to happen.
But it's happening. Twisters refuses to mention climate change.
Nice.
How come? Why wouldn't that be part of your movie, guys?
Got nothing to do with.
Huh?
With users.
Why aren't you saying that it's climate change that makes all the twisters? Because we just wanted to make a movie.
Yep.
I actually want to watch it now. Is it in
Yeah, I'm seeing it Tuesday.
I'm definitely gonna watch it.
I thought the trailers looked pretty good. The concept was interesting. Now I really want to see it.
When they announced it, I was like, no. And then I saw the trailer, and I was like, but they got what's his bucket in it, and he's handsome. And then my wife saw the trailer. She's like, "Oh, we're gonna go see the movie." I was like, "Is it because it looks good, or is it because of the guy?" And she, we don't. I want to see the movie. And then I saw. So we were planning on seeing it anyway, and then Critical Drinker said he liked it, so I'm like, I'm in. If he liked a movie, it has to be good because he hates everything.
Yeah, exactly. It looks good. Like the actress looks hot as well. Or is she like? Don't tell me she's freaking like underage.
No.
Don't say. Okay. Yeah, because she's
the 6-year-old girl.
Oh my lord! I'm gonna get canceled.
Yeah, we'll be talking about Twisters next week. I'm excited for it. I think it looks really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, Drinker said it's no one asked for it. It's completely unnecessary, but man, it was fun.
Nice.
So
that's a good endorsement. Yeah.
And that's what Top Gun Maverick was. No one wanted a sequel to Maverick. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Or to Top Gun.
And I
As
love
long as it's not like a
really bad movies.
Sharknado, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I hope it's kind of like Sharknado. Like I hope it has some silly in it. I hope it's self-aware.
There's a little bit of silly in the first Twister.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
fun.
it has to be some.
Everybody
silly.
memed the cow for years and years, But
that's so great though. The cow's so good.
It's good, but it's hilarious.
Okay, I've got a bunch of Star Wars articles. I've got some Disney articles. Do we want to do those now? Do we want to talk House of the Dragon? Do we want to go back to talking... I don't know if I have anything else to say about the Acolyte.
No.
Other than literally nothing happened ever.
Deep out.
Yep.
Had to deep out and
Motivation
from
for all
dinner.
the place.
Mark Clark's been a member for 21 months. That's friggin' awesome, man. David should watch the original Twister movie. Have you not seen Twister?
There's an original Twister movie?
Oh yeah, there's an original.
This is a sequel, dude.
Fantastic.
It's on HBO.
A remake?
Have you not seen the original?
It's like a spin-off sequel. Like it's not. It's just thematically connected to the first one. They're probably gonna have like a cameo.
Movies, like we didn't get them good movies in Mexico.
Has anyone watched For Those Who Were About to Die? The really well-timed Gladiator TV show that definitely wasn't made just because they were making the Gladiator Part 2.
Yeah. I don't know. The trailers look decent though. I don't know anything about it, but the trailers look like it's at least well made.
I think there's nudity in it. I don't know if I'm going to be watching it, but it looked fine. I saw some reviews saying it was boring, but I don't really. Mark liked it. Okay. Is it just one episode? Or they dropped the whole thing? I don't know. Is there a suck zone in Twisters? Well, see, because here's the thing: in Twisters, there's two of them. There's two Twisters because it's a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have Ice Spice singing the songs?
Bro, I don't even know what people like that girl, but she got that Ozempic face, bro. She lost her.
I saw that. Well, I'm sure you're referencing the trailer for Gladiator 2, which, if you take out the sound, I think the trailer looked pretty good for the first half, and then the second half of the trailer was spoiling the entire story. Like, they literally show characters dying, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not going to be surprised by that in the movie. And then, but the second half of the trailer is rap music, and you're like,
and
why is this in Gladiator?
And there's an ocean in the Coliseum. I think this movie is going to be branded. Like,
no, dude, that's real. I saw that, and I was like, wait, what? And then I looked, yes, they flooded the Coliseum. And they're going to show that in For Those Who Are About to Die as well.
Yeah, they'd have
there was a huge event. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
but it's real.
Yeah,
they sealed it up and flooded the Coliseum so that they could reenact the battle of whatever.
Naval battle.
And they had an island in the middle. That's crazy. I can't believe that that's a real thing, but it is.
I don't believe it, to be honest, but
oh no,
it's historically documented that it happened.
I don't believe the historians. I'm joking. No, it's not. But the way you explain it sounds more logical than the way they showed it on the freaking trailer. The way they showed it, it felt like a image from like that Jupiter movie. I don't know, like. It was like a weird like spacecrafty, like I don't know. It looks kind of like Star Wars in a way, from above.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I'm gonna get something.
Wait, before you go, I need to show you a meme, and I would have showed it you sooner, but it got deleted, and I'm so glad. I'm like, there's no way that this stays up past today, so I took a screenshot. Give me a second. Nerdrotic brought this to my attention, and here you go. This is a real, actual post from the Rings of Power real channel. I guess it's Prime Video Malaysia. Okay, so it's not the main one.
What?
The pictures are bigger. Okay, it's two pictures. When you click on it, it doesn't look bad, but because it's two pictures, it crops to fit it to fit it. You know what I mean?
Every time.
God.
That's hilarious.
Oh, it's so good.
Play Wars every time.
That's so good. Isn't? Yeah. Okay. Peace out. See you next week, man.
Yeah.
I thought Red Rising was getting an adaptation. That's been on my TBR. That's been on my TBR for a long time. I need to get to it, but I got to read the rest of Hyperion first because no one told me it doesn't have an ending, and that I need to read book 2. Loved it though. We're going to be talking about Hyperion not next week, but we got some YouTubers involved, baby. So the third. No, what did I post? I already posted it out the dates, but I think it's the 30th or the 1st. So 2 weeks, not this week, but next week. So you have time if you want to read Hyperion. Probably a contender for the best book I've read this year. Nice. Spoilers for my end of the year video. I think it's number 1. And I didn't think it was. I had a book that I read at the beginning of the year that I thought was going to be number 1, and I don't think it is anymore. So, really, really liked Hyperion.
Nice.
Except for the fact that it doesn't end, and screw Dan Simmons. So, sorry. Oh, stop. What is this, Mark? I'm not reading that. So dumb.
That's a good one.
It's not good. Don't humor him. Don't humor him.
Dude, our dad would love that joke.
It's good.
Like, I'm surprised he doesn't already have that one in his back pocket.
If that's his fair form, I would hate to see his unholy form, Sauron's. The Black Company. I've got that queued up too. I need to read that one. 3 books in one. Hyperion? No, it's like 6 books. It's Canterbury Tales, baby. It's good. Anyway. Okay, what do you guys want to talk about? You don't want to talk about Star Wars anymore, right? I don't think there was any... It was just dumb. It was so dumb. So pointless.
Yep.
And evil. I think it's evil. So let's get these over with. You sent this to me. I don't remember this, unless they changed the title.
A couple weeks ago.
The ever-popular medical drama Blast Past. Oh, yeah. The Acolyte hasn't been charting for a long time.
Yep.
So it's very bad numbers.
I find it hilarious. Grey's Anatomy is what, like a 15-year-old show at this point. It's been going on for a long time, and it's more popular than the Acolyte.
You'll just have to wait and see. If it's better than the Book of Mormon. There has to be a recurring meme, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, the Black Company. Okay, got it. Yeah, I have that one. I bought it. I'm gonna read that one. Probably not this year, unless people convince me. I'm really liking book club. I hope we can do book club once a month. I'll give people a month to read the book, and then just do one stream. I'm not crazy like the book cloaks. I'm not going to do 30 streams on the same and chapter by chapter analysis. Okay, just read the book and we talk about it. Okay, that's it. Yeah. Okay. Acolyte's doing bad. Leslie Headland begs for fans for season 2. Please go to the streets. Let there be civil unrest. We need a season 2. Yeah. If going by the numbers, there is no way to justify a season 2. If it gets a season 2, we know why.
Yep.
It's the message. And Disney has been willing to waste a lot of money on that in the past. I don't know if their investors are willing to keep doing that. But we've already seen them lying about the performance of the Acolyte, saying it had great engagement. Well, did people watch it?
The problem
it had great engagement.
Yeah. The problem is, what else do they have at this point? The only thing that they could do that would bring a lot of buzz is if they went the Old Republic, and they're not going to want to do that right now because they are focused on the High Republic. That's where all the comics are right now.
They showed in this article. They show a chart, and the Acolyte's not even on it.
Yeah.
The king of collectibles, the Golden Touch.
I have no idea what the hell that is.
Mayor of Kingstown. I've heard of that one. I've never seen it. America's Sweethearts, Cowboy Cheerleaders is doing better than the Acolyte. The Perfect Wife. Okay, that's a true crime. Evil.
Sounds like, yeah.
Oh, I've heard that show's okay, actually.
I don't know.
I've
Love
watched
Island,
it.
That sounds like a...
If it gets a season 2, we know why. The message is more important than the money, and I don't know if Disney can keep doing that. The Acolyte is proof that Star Wars needs fewer fans at the helm.
Yeah. So this article pissed me off because it's.
We're calling Leslie Headland a fan of Star Wars now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They say some things in this article that you might agree with. They're throwing what's his bucket under the bus?
Moody.
No. It's saying so. Essentially, this article is saying, there's too many Easter eggs in stuff, and they're having all these tie-ins and things, and the Acolyte was different because it doesn't have a whole lot of Easter eggs. It's completely separate from anything else that we're doing, and we need more of that. No, they're praising the show, saying, this is great because it doesn't.
So they're admitting that Leslie Headland hates Star Wars, then that she's not a fan.
They're kind of inadvertently saying that, yeah.
She did such a good job because she hated Star Wars. That's why it turned out so good.
But
because Jon Favreau put in too many Easter eggs. They tried to throw in Easter eggs. They're just idiots, and it broke canon.
Exactly.
They were just bad at it because they're not fans.
They do say one thing in this article that you'll agree with, though, and that they throw Dave Filoni under the bus and saying that Dave Filoni is the reason why.
The problem with Star Wars is incredibly easy to pinpoint Dave Filoni. Wow. Okay.
But their reasoning for it makes no sense.
Okay. I can get behind that.
Screen Rants. Good takes?
I know it's not Screen Rant. I only have one stinger.
The whole article is absolute BS, and you give him a good take for one line, one sentence in the article.
Yes, I do. Yeah. Dave Filoni is awful. See you in hell, Jedis. Yeah. Anyway, The Acolyte would have made for an awesome movie.
Yeah. So again, this is hilarious
because it was too long.
Yeah, which is the exact opposite that they.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you could. They were 15-minute episodes. I think it could fit in a movie, and you wouldn't have to cut any of it. You'd have to rearrange some of the flashbacks.
Yeah.
I think you would have to cut maybe 20 minutes. It is a movie.
Yeah, pretty much. I just think it's hilarious that all the articles before were 8 episodes is too short. It's not enough time to explore the characters, and now they're
much.
They should have just put it in a movie. It's
because there was nothing there. Yeah,
it's just hilarious how they flip flop like that.
The fact that it was that short and there was that much wasted space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, crazy. Despite all the controversy, the Acolyte hasn't broken Star Wars. Yeah, shut up. I'm not reading this.
Yeah,
yes, it has.
It's pretty dumb. It goes through all the. the main complaints that have been vocalized and saying it's not really breaking canon because of this and this. No.
Also, Darth Plagueis is only supposed to be like 15 years old right now, so like at maximum. Like
dude, Star Wars Theory, he has made a complete turnaround. He was such a Star Wars shill.
He's like the biggest simp for Star Wars.
Yeah,
it's literally just this show. This is the first time he's ever said negative. He's gone negative.
Yeah, but he used to be such a shill for Star Wars, and I stopped watching him because I'm like, I can't take you seriously anymore. And now he's just going to complete 180.
And everyone's saying he's grifting. You're like, I think he was grifting before, and now he finally realized, oh wait, no, this is bad.
No, dude, that dude's such a cool dude.
The internet turned, or at least the lefties turned on him in a second because he had the audacity to not think the Acolyte was very good.
Yeah,
he's literally been positive on all of the other ones.
Yeah, dude, he spent money out of his own pocket to make a Star Wars fan film.
Yes,
and he was just berated on every side from Disney and from other fans. You know, and it's been really hard. He's been trying to make his second episode of that, and
this has
he's an awesome guy.
Red pilled him pretty hard, I think.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, he's been talking on streams with Neurotic and Critical Drinker and everything. I'm like, that I did not expect to see him there because in the past he'd been such a Disney shill.
Jared, are you on your phone or did you fall asleep? Okay, this one's for you. This is for you. Okay. To preserve book accuracy, The Wheel of Time Season 3 needs to make a massive change to Egwene's story.
Hey, this might be a good take. This might be a good take, man.
Let's see.
Jared, it's almost a good take. What do you think the change is? Don't read it because you can see it. What's the change?
Let's see. She probably actually learns how to channel. Or she becomes less what's the word, bossy, or she becomes less annoying.
That's not a book change.
Yeah,
that would be book accurate, man. No, you were on the right track. She needs to learn how to channel.
Yeah.
Their pitch is she needs to spend season 3 in the White Tower. Jared, what book are they adapting for season 3?
I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
Book 4. Yeah. What is Egwene's plot line in book 4?
Completely outside of the cast.
She never steps foot in the White Tower. To be more book accurate, to preserve book accuracy.
That's so funny.
She needs to do the opposite of what her character does in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is so funny. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I almost agree. She needed to have already spent more time in the White Tower so that she can follow her book 4 arc.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole problem. The whole problem with Rand.
It's true. That's true. That's true. It wouldn't be book accurate. Might help.
Might fix the show. Yeah.
No, but Rafe Judkins went on and on about how he couldn't do the cool fight scene because Rand hasn't had enough time to train with the sword. I'm like, well, yeah, because you spent way too much time on stupid crap and feeling emotions and ridiculous stuff that doesn't even make any sense that you haven't shown him training. He's supposed to be training with Lan and learn how to use the sword. And like, oh, well, we haven't had time to have him train, so we can't do this cool fight scene. Yeah, whose fault is that? It's your fault. You're a friggin' idiot.
Yeah, they did the same thing for. Oh, the reason why we can't adapt book 2, that we can't adapt The Hunt for the Horn is because they're all in different places. And whose fault was that? The reason why we can't adapt the story is because I changed it already. But I really wish we could have. I really wish we could have adapted the story, but we can't because I changed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well
so bad.
Rand was busy paying his rent.
Rand
is
Hey,
a
if I can pay my
whore.
rent like that.
Rand is a prostitute in season 2.
Seriously,
So freaking upset.
killed him. They killed him.
I had to pull it back up because I finished watching The Bear. Should we?
Oh, yeah!
Should we do this later? Should we do this later? We do this later.
Sure,
okay.
sure.
We'll do this later. Disney is cutting Doctor Who.
Wow.
Really?
We'll give it 1 season, guys.
Well, they're already filming season. They've already. I think they are still filming season 2.
Yeah.
I don't think they're done.
They've
already started.
The companion has already left, right? What's her name? Ruby
They already
Rose?
replaced her with a diversity hire.
They
Yeah.
already replaced her. Yeah. Don't care.
Yeah.
Show
That's
sucked.
it. Good riddance. I think you sent this to me. I've worked out the MCU's main problem, and it boils down to having no Avengers movies since Endgame.
No,
I don't know what this is.
It boils. Yeah, it's just a ridiculous.
Well, I think it boils down to not having anyone interesting enough to be in an Avengers movie since Endgame.
Bingo. Yep.
And did I? Yes. I couldn't remember if I pulled this one up. They're literally considering we're going to have to cut some of these characters for the next Avengers movies. They're bringing back the Russo brothers.
Are they really?
They failed so hard. They're like, we'll have them do it.
Oh.
We'll have them do the next 2 Avengers movies, and we'll leave out Shang-Chi.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, you know, I actually like Shang-Chi. It was a decent movie.
The first half of it was good.
Yeah.
I'll give it that. The second half, stupid. The bus fight scene is legitimately good.
Yes.
That's the best I can say. But I did not like that movie.
Yeah. That's really sad. Yeah, I heard too they've already recast Kang, and then there's also rumors that they're not even going to have Kang in the next Avengers. It's going to be something different. I'm like, what are you
Yes.
doing? What?
I
There's
know.
no plan. There's
I
no
know.
plan.
I don't know why people like her.
Aquafina.
Yeah.
Yes.
Although I've said this again, Shang-Chi is the only movie where I could stand Aquafina in the movie. But yeah, I do not get her appeal. I don't know why she's in freaking everything nowadays.
That's a
Her
good
voice
point.
is
You
annoying.
had to watch all the other stuff because you knew that the next Avengers was coming out. Yeah.
And that's yeah.
This is actually a good article.
Yeah.
I don't think it gets to the actual root of the problem,
Right.
but it dances around it.
The root of the problem is
I think that this person is being honest with themselves. I just don't think they're smart enough to see what the actual problem is.
right.
I'll give this article a thumbs up.
Yep.
Yeah. No Avengers movies. You're right. It's been 3 phases. Sure. Yeah. I like it. Here, you know what? I'll give you. I wish I had a mediocre take, but I'll go.
Screen rants. Good takes?
There we go. 2 in 1
I
stream.
don't agree with everything. But yeah, this person doesn't care anymore for the wrong reason. You know, I don't think they realized why they don't care.
Yeah.
But even normies don't care anymore. So yeah, good on you. Good on you. Blade, they still don't know what to do with it.
Yep.
It's taken us this long because we want to make sure we make the right Blade movie. It's Blade.
Yep.
That's it. It does. It's just Blade, guys. Just make it about Blade, and that's enough. That's literally enough.
Yep.
But I liked this point that Leon made. They made Deadpool for $50 million, or for $30 million. So include inflation. Like, you don't even need to spend money on this movie. It could be good.
Yeah.
Someone was giving it a bigger budget, and Leon's like, you don't even need that. So there you go. And everyone's watching. Everyone's watching. I don't remember this movie being poorly reviewed. I thought people loved the book and they loved the movie.
We did, yes. In our circles,
I haven't seen it.
It was,
but everybody. I know that there was. I haven't seen it yet, but I know that there was the mainstream media was pushing back against hillbilly
elegy.
Hillbilly elegy because how dare Hollywood make one movie about a guy who's not completely left of center. I don't think he was even full on Republican at that point.
Well, the issue was that it showed someone who was not a minority not being financially successful, right? It showed the world what a huge chunk of the population of the U.S. lived like, right?
Yeah.
It's not just, it showed that white privilege is a bunch of baloney.
Yeah. I remember the mainstream media did not like Hillbilly Eulogy, but everyone watched it.
That was the poorly reviewed portion of it. So the official reviewers didn't like the movie, but
I love how they're like I wonder why. Maybe because he's going to be the vice president?
Yeah.
Like why isn't that the headline?
Yeah. Exactly, right?
The movie about the future vice president sees a huge surge in viewership.
Yeah. It's such a power move by Trump too to pick someone who came from, such humble beginnings too.
Sure.
Like you have Trump as a millionaire here, businessman, accomplished, and he picks this guy to be his running mate, VP.
Yep. I 100% agree, Articus. I'm really tired of seeing Gus Fring. So good in Breaking Bad. I haven't seen a single movie that he's been in since that was good. And I think the problem is, I think he's still a good actor, but he's just been in the worst things.
Yeah.
And then, Giancarlo Esposito, Mando guy. I can't believe that he is Reed Richards. That is the worst casting of all time.
Yeah, I agree.
And this thing, I think he can be a good actor. He's just been insufferable.
Yeah.
I can't stand him. And I don't think Awkwafina is good at all.
Yeah.
I don't understand Awkwafina. Yeah, Pete. You think Pete's going to be on the top of the ticket with Kamala? That would be appropriate for sure. Anyway, okay. Do we talk the bear or do we talk House of the Dragon?
No, let's talk the bear.
Okay.
I haven't seen House of the Dragon.
First off, this article is bull crap. And this is one of like 10 articles that I saw the week that the Bear season 3 dropped. Oh, no, sorry. This is different. I didn't read the headline, sorry. But the week that the Bear dropped, there were like 10 articles saying the Bear is not a good show.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. And it's been like nominated for like Emmys. Like this should be like, this is the artsy stuff, right? The lefties like.
Yeah.
But this is a different art. This was funny. The Bear season 4 gets a disappointing released update following its Emmy success. Do you have any guesses on why it's disappointing?
Because it's not coming in. What is it? July 2024.
The Bear season 4 will not release July 2024.
That's basically it. They're saying it's no. The guy said it's going. It's been 3 years. They've released it at the same time every year, and the showrunner said, "Yeah, it's not going to come any sooner than it did last time. It's going to come out at the same time."
Oh my gosh!
So it's disappointing. This is great news. We're getting to season 4, baby.
Yeah.
Okay. The Bear season 3.
That is great. That we're getting season 4. That's great.
So
David's a dummy. Episode 1 was fantastic. How far have you gotten, David?
I've only watched one more episode, so I think
you watched 2?
Four
episodes.
4 episodes
Okay.
total.
And there were only 8 or 10. No, there's 10.
8, so I think I'm halfway done.
Okay.
I loved everything I saw in season 3, even though I knew what they were going to do, and I was mad the whole time. I knew they weren't gonna answer any questions. Okay.
Yeah,
the problem with season 3 is that it's 10 episodes long, and it's really good. Okay. But they keep not telling the part of the story that you want them to get to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's frustrating.
They keep going off. We're gonna do another flashback. Okay, we're not ready to tell the part of the story that you want.
Yeah.
And I knew they weren't going to get to it. I knew they weren't going to get to it because I'm like, they're slowing this down.
But the flashback,
and it's all fantastic. It's fantastic. None of it's bad. Look, it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I started the final episode. And I'm like, yeah, we're not. This whole episode is going to be here, isn't it?
Well, the fact
it absolutely is.
The last 2 episodes were basically the same freaking night.
The last half of the season is like one day.
Yeah.
But from different viewpoints. And it's fantastic, and I hate it because just talk to her.
Yeah.
Dude, call your girlfriend.
That's really freaking frustrating.
It's amazing. I loved every second of season 3, and I hated it.
Well, but that's always what the bear is good at, though. Is like,
yes, I know.
Emotions.
I know. I'm not complaining.
I hate all this, but like, it's so well done. It's so good.
Yeah.
He needs to go and kiss the girl. I mean, I don't. But the scene with his cousins at the hospital.
Yeah, at the hospital. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
So freaking good. It's because you're the piece. What are you talking? You're the piece. Like, so good. I love those characters so much. I don't even know who. It's been so long. I need to rewatch season 1 and 2. I don't even know who they are. They're related
somehow. I don't understand how they're related.
I can't remember how they even know the family, but they're family.
They're cousins or friends, but yeah, they're.
Are they directly related to the uncle who's financing?
Maybe.
Are they like his kids?
Something like that. I just remember.
I have no idea who they are. I don't know who they are, but they're the best characters. They're so good.
Yeah. He's so flippant.
No, I don't think the rich uncle had any kids.
I don't know. There's no wasted space. Like every character is intentional. I loved season 3. I think it's the best one.
Right.
I thought season 2 was better than season 1. I'll have to rewatch. But like my gut feeling is season 3 has been the best one.
See, because the thing that I love...
No, I mean season 2's got 4 fishes. So, and they tried to do it again. They did the oneer in the hospital, but it was just 2 people.
Yeah,
and it was good, but it didn't even come close to 4 fishes. And I get you can't top that. You can't top that. That was so good. Yeah, I think that was my least favorite episode in the hospital because I could see what they were trying to do, but it was way too long. Right? They didn't have enough to. It was good. It was good. Okay. I'm nitpicking because I want it to be better. Okay. I loved it. That episode, I think was going for the wrong thing. They were trying to have a good mother-daughter moment.
Yeah.
And I love how it opens. She's calling everyone.
Everyone.
Pulls over to the side of the road. Oh gosh. Okay. Call mom. So good.
She's having her baby or something.
Yeah, and no one can help her, so the mom has to come back and.
Oh gosh.
It's really good. The first half is so good, and then it just keeps going, and it's the same thing for it's like an hour-long episode.
Yeah, that one.
And what they needed to do, there needed to be more interruptions. They could have had it mirror 4 fishes by having the doctors come in and out and constantly interrupting their conversation and flipping her over, sticking in the
Epidural.
The epidural, and so they're trying to have this conversation, and it keeps getting interrupted. The doctor came in one time, and then she goes through like 7 contractions, and the doctor doesn't come back, and you're like, that
Yeah.
good stuff, really good character work. I think it was a little bit indulgent, and I think that episode could have been structured a lot differently.
Well, but I love just to see, like I was talking about the first time we brought this up, like there is so much growth in all of these characters. Like I really have appreciated that about this season, is that
it's really, really good.
The actual development and growth of these characters and how it's starting to sort of shape everybody else around them, right? Like it's
even
not
the stupid, John Cena's stupid cameo, right? I really don't like John Cena. His cameo was hilarious.
Yeah, it was good.
And his character was good. And his you think it's like a one-liner. You think it's just a joke. His haunting. And yet and that's the theme of the entire season. Like like they use a joke as a metaphor and you're like, that was really good. Like, you didn't need to do that. You could have just had him come in and be silly and have him leave and never think about him again, right? But even a silly cameo completely ripples down into the rest. Like, this story is integrated so incredibly well. Like, this is peak storytelling. This is peak drama. It is phenomenal.
I said when we talked about season 2, I
love that it came back. She's haunting me. She's haunting me.
So season 1, we were introduced to these characters, right? And some of the characters, like, you hated, like Cousin, right? He was a freaking douchebag, and you hated it. And
he's the best, dude. He's the best character in the show.
Season 2, it was like so agonizing because they had that moment where he's on the phone call and
he's awful in season 1. You're like, dude, get your stuff together.
I know. He's so...
And then you realize, oh no, this is the best character.
And season 2 made you feel for him. And then this season, like the episode with his daughter, where he's
so
talking
good
to her and he's like, hey, what should I do? Like, I'm getting divorced. Should I cut my daughter out of my life?
So that she'll be happier?
I was like, oh my gosh, like, no. I love him so freaking much, and it's such a turn from the first season where I hated him so much, and he was
because but you go back and you like, his character did not change. It's just the context. He's literally the same character, and that's how you do. That's how you do like this. It's just a testament to like how you throw in like twists, right? Like it's weird to talk about a plot twist in a character drama like this, okay? Right? It's not about the spectacle. It's literally just, but if you get a plot twist in a bad movie, right? Like Now You See Me, it turns out, spoilers, the cop was the magician the whole time. Yeah. And then you go back and you watch the movie and you're like, not a single one of his choices makes sense knowing the reveal. So they wrote the movie and then decided to have a twist and have him be the guy behind the curtain.
Yeah.
And not even thinking about how that would integrate into the plot at all, because it doesn't.
Right.
And then this, it would be so tempting to just be like, it's this. Okay, here's the difference. Where it's done badly, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Yondu. All of a sudden, he's the good guy.
Yeah.
And it works in that movie. It doesn't work if you watch the first movie.
Yeah.
It does not. He's a completely different character.
Yeah.
Because I like his character in season 2. In the second movie, I think he did some really good stuff, and it's a complete retcon of his character. He's trying to kill him the whole time. It does not work, and it could have been more consistent. This plot twist completely changes the context, completely changes your entire opinion of a character by changing nothing. you watch season 1 and season 2, his performance is the same. He's the same guy, but you understand where he's coming from because of a plot twist in season 2 where you're like,
yeah,
oh my goodness, I'm wrong.
Yeah. Another good example, because you brought up now you see me, now you don't, that they tried to make that plot twist and it doesn't make sense.
David, that's the Disney movie about turning invisible. That's the sequel to
Right.
the human computer.
That's
the sequel to the Computer Wore Tennis Shoes and the prequel to The World's Strongest Man.
Yes.
That's you're talking about Now You See Me.
Now You See Me, right. That didn't make any sense. A good example of the same type of plot twist that was done phenomenally is The Prestige.
I was just thinking, I was like,
So Christopher Nolan, you have this character, and he switches his personality. Just it doesn't make sense sometimes, and then
until it does.
It all makes sense because, and you can rewatch the movie, and you're like, okay, there were hints this whole time.
Yeah.
That was the case, and yeah, it's just it can be done well, and in the case of the bear, it can be done well, and I think he has changed a lot. He's
grown. He's grown,
but
he's still the same person.
But he's still the same person, and
yeah, but they show you that growth after.
Right.
Like his character doesn't just change because you know the context. No, you learn the context, and then you realize you care about him, and then they help him get better.
Yes,
and you're and the catharsis is just it's
and now Carmi his life is just falling apart.
Well, yeah, he's getting the opposite. Just call your girlfriend. Just call Claire, dude.
Right.
Just say I'm sorry, you moron.
Yeah, but that's why.
Claire's perfect.
Episode.
Claire's just perfect.
Because the first episode, you see how he's in this bliss, right? Where he's like enjoying this time where he's like in the gardens and he's working out in the gardens and he's serving in the kitchens and he's helping people, and you see him happy, and then later in the season you start to see little flashbacks of how he was, that same sort of bliss with Claire. And you're like, that first episode was so great because it just it starts to show these lights, these glimmers that he's remembering.
Yeah, I love. Anyway. The finale was so good too. Even though I was mad the whole time because I'm like, okay, so we're just not getting to the important bits. We're gonna spend a whole we're gonna be real indulgent and spend a whole episode in a dinner, but it's so good. The conversation that he has with Joel McHale. I was getting serious like Mad Men vibes that I hate you so much. I don't think about you at all. The line that Joel McHale gives him though, and even the message too. He's he literally says to the audience, Carmi, all of this is your fault. He's you are the reason you are not happy.
Yeah.
And he's like, but he's been looking for a scapegoat. He's been looking for this person to blame the whole time. He's like, did I not make you a better chef? Didn't I give you everything you wanted? And it's your fault that you're not happy with it. So good. It's like I think about the line. Yeah, I think about you too much. And he's like, I didn't even remember who you were. So good.
Yeah, I definitely, and the thing that's interesting about that conversation is I think you, even as the viewer,
you want to slap him. You don't want to slap Joel McHale. You want to slap Carmi.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting how and that's what I love about this show is the directing and everything about it is so well thought out that they've thought about these little twists where it's like, okay, that really gets you thinking about, okay, who really is the one at fault, who is the one that caused him all of this trauma, right? And it's just so amazing because it's not even just in the in the dialogue, but it's how it's filmed and how it's shit and like how it's
like it's wrapped in it's wrapped in a meta narrative too. Like it's not just experience with the restaurant, right? Like he literally was given everything he wanted and he still wasn't happy. And it's reflected in his relationship as well. Like Claire is the perfect woman for him, and she's sweet and understanding and understanding of his faults too. And you're like, and it's his fault that he's not happy. Yeah, and it's so good.
That's why it's really.
And it's why his restaurant's not failing. It's why his restaurant's failing. He literally has everything he wants, and it's not working because of him.
Yeah,
they're not. He can't make money.
I really liked that flashback conversation with him and his girlfriend, where she's talking about this traumatic experience in the hospital, right? And I'm like, that is kind of how Carmi is feeling, right?
Yeah.
This whole thing, he's got stress and everything, and he's making bad decisions, right? She gave the chick the wrong medicine or whatever. She read the chart wrong because of all this stress happening. And that's kind of how Carmi's life is feeling. Like when he was locked in the freezer, things were out of his control, and he said things that, that he shouldn't have said. But so that's so frustrating that he doesn't ever go talk to her, because that's the conversation right there. Like, hey, remember this time when you felt it? That's how I'm feeling. That's how I was feeling before. And I said things and did things that I didn't mean, and I'm sorry. Like, oh gosh.
Dude, he's such a good actor too. Like it is a travesty that he wasn't I don't even care. I don't even care about the Wonka movie. It makes no sense that they would cast Timothée Chalamet instead of him.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been
perfect.
So fun to see him.
It would have been amazing to get to see him in a movie with Gene Wilder, to see them acting side by side.
Yeah,
like that is just an injustice.
Yeah, but I would have loved to see him in Wonka too, because the bear is so heavy. I would love to see him in a lighter role.
Did I say the right name this time?
Gene Wilder, yeah, you did.
It's not Gene Hackman.
It's not Gene Hackman.
Like I foolishly said a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it's Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder.
Yeah,
I can't believe how much alike he is.
Anyway, Bear's phenomenal. We're getting to season 4, baby. And
I will say this too: season 4, just because we haven't gotten that answer, and season 3 didn't go the way we wanted.
If season 4 does not open, if episode 1 is not about Carmen talking to his girlfriend, I am done.
We still haven't talked about the unanswered question from season 1.
Which one?
I think it would be a wonderful Paul Atreides.
Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Too late for that, though.
Yeah. I think Chalamet did a fine job.
Yeah.
I don't understand why Zendaya is in the movie at all. But
yeah, I was real unimpressed with her performance in the last film.
But yeah, anyway, I think season 4, like, just with this weight, like, it's gotta be good, and I don't doubt that they will, jump into something like that, though. Like I feel like
come on, they did it on purpose.
Yeah, right. Like
they know that's what you want, okay, and they specifically kept stretching out the same day just to not give you that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think I just can't.
Oh, and they don't even show you the review.
Right? Either, they just show you words. They just show you words, and he's like,
dude, it ends with him pulling up season 3 ends with him pulling up his phone and reading the review, but it's unreliable because he says horrible, wonderful, inspired, boring, and so it doesn't even tell you if it's good or bad.
Oh man.
No.
Why you gotta do me like that?
No, no.
Man.
If season 4 opens up with another flashback, No. Just no. Shut up. Shut up. I am done with this show.
I'd keep watching.
I would too. Okay.
I'd keep watching.
It's gonna be an entire season of just flashbacks, so they don't have to answer the question.
Yeah, it would. But yeah, and that's just another testament of like how good the directing is. Is they intentionally say, "Hey, this is what you want to know, and we're not going to tell you that." Like
they're dicks.
Like they intentionally say, "We're going to save this until later." We're going to put it in a box and we're going to put it over on the side over here.
But it's done so well. Even though you want it so badly, like you're like, all right, okay, but this is good too.
Yeah,
I hate it. It just they're jerks. Anyway, House of the Dragon. Oh wait. I watched The Beekeeper because it was free on Amazon. It was bad.
Yeah, with Jason Statham.
It was very bad. The fight scenes were really, really fun, so I enjoyed it. Fantastic choreography. Jason Statham beating the crap out of people. Oh man, the story is awful.
I haven't even heard of that one.
It is terrible. I was shocked at how bad the writing was.
Is it worse than Meg 2?
I haven't seen either of the Megs.
See, Meg knows that it's a little bit campy, though.
This one didn't. This one was really, really, really trying to be John Wick.
Man.
Fight scenes, yeah, it's there. Okay? But they were trying to do like the same kind of world building. Like, oh, we're the beekeepers, and I want to trade in 3 of my honey sticks I want to be in the beehive hotel. I'm being facetious, right? But they tried to do world building stuff like that was just bad. And they'd say the same line like 6 times, and you're like, no, like I get that's what you're doing thematically. You just need to say it once. But they'd have him say it, and then they'd have the FBI characters who were trying to hunt him down say the same thing, and then they'd say it to another character just so it was really, really clear what the theme of the movie was. And you're like, no, I got it. It really makes me take back my statements. I don't need to see the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad anymore.
What?
Because it's the same guy. He did the Suicide Squad, and then it was recut to be awful. Right. And everyone's like, hey, since we got the Snyder cut, let's get the Ayer cut. Because he said, oh, it was a completely different movie, and it was really good. I don't have confidence that it was a good movie before it was chopped to hell. Is there Bee Kung Fu? Yes, there is. There is Bee Kung Fu.
Oh, wow.
Beehive Fu. Really, really good fight scenes. Really fun. Stupid movie. Anyway, House of the Dragon. I can't wait to watch it. Told you it was going to be a slow episode. Obviously it was.
Still good, though.
Really good stuff. There's
not a whole lot to talk about, though. There's a lot to say about it.
There's one thing to talk about.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to call it, though. But
you haven't seen it? Did you see it?
No, I haven't seen it.
You didn't see it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, we'll go watch it.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay, bye. Is John Wick good? Yeah, the first one. I've seen the first one. The first one's fantastic. Second one's a little silly. It's still fun.
I haven't seen them.
How many are out? Is it 3 right now?
No, it's 4, I think.
There's 4?
I got 3 John Wick movies on Blu-ray because I hadn't seen them yet. And I'm like, okay, this is the whole trilogy. I thought that was it. And then they made a 4th one where he goes to the moon or some.
He goes to the moon?
Yeah, they're just like topping each other. Like,
first movie's fantastic. I thought the second one was okay. I think that's all I've seen.
Kind of like Taken. First Taken, fantastic. The other ones, no, not really. They just get ridiculous.
Okay. Oh no, this is a video.
Or Fast and the Furious, although that was never.
The Extraction movies. I have not seen the Extraction. I've heard they're good action ones though. For Articus, it goes 1 and then 4 and then 3 and then 2. Yeah, 2 was a little silly. What's the one with the dog fight scene? With Halle Bailey in it. Is that 3 or 2? I did not like that one at all. There was a dog fight scene, and the entire scene, it was 20 minutes long, and it was the same thing over and over again, where she'd get a dog to attack somebody, and then she'd shoot it, and then she'd get a dog to attack somebody else, and then she shot it, and it was just a horrible, horrible fight scene.
Weird.
So maybe if that was 3, then I've seen 3. I did not like 3. 2 was better than 3, so your rating's wrong. Okay, how do I share this video? It's on. If I share my screen. Okay, it's only 40 seconds long. I wanted to pause it and talk about it, but it's not on Chrome, so I'll just share the video. Oh, okay. Maybe we could do it this way. Oh, okay, it works. Does that work?
Yep.
Okay, cool. We can pause. House of the Dragon.
Okay.
This is my complaint. The rest of it's really good. And any guesses as to what my complaint is, David?
Well, he's talking about that line in particular. Their king is dead. So obviously, well, okay, you're right. It was surprising that he actually wasn't dead. But
the people don't know that yet.
Mortally wounded. Yeah. You're right. The people do not know. Well, I mean, obviously they assume. Well, no, they don't know that he went out to war in the first place.
They announced it. Yes, your king took down Melees.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it is a little weird. They don't see the king right in. He's in the box, but it wasn't clear. Do the people know that? Do they know he's been wounded?
They don't know that.
But then
they know that the king took down Melees. I don't think they know that he's wounded at all.
Right. So it's kind of weird.
Okay. This is it. This is the behind the scenes. This is after the credits roll. This is the people talking about it. And guess what? It's about Rhaenys. This does not make sense. Here we go.
I realize we won the battle.
Strange victory, if it was one.
The calculation that he doesn't make is how it will land on the small folk. I mean, Melees is a beloved dragon that probably flew over that city hundreds of times and is seen as one of these symbols of the unshakableness of the...
Same dragon that broke out and...
The same dragon that did 9/11?
Yeah.
This works if you take out the 20 seconds. This works because people did look up to Rhaenys, and Melees was a beloved dragon until it did 9/11.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: either the showrunners are so stupid they don't realize how bad that scene in season 1 was, or they're just hoping we forget. I kind of think that what they're doing is just, let's just forget about that and pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because they go in, and this is the complete opposite. They were doing such a good job, using the people, right? Hey, let's parade the body through the streets. Let's get sympathy. And then the rat catchers. Oh, shoot, we lost sympathy. Okay, well, we have a dragon head. Let's parade it through the streets. And all of the people are... And this is before... And it's this episode where not the white snake. Is the white snake the lady? Whore? The prostitute lady?
I don't know her name.
It's a white something, right? I think it's a white snake. It's this episode where she sends her little lady in to do propaganda. And that's at the end of the episode.
Yeah. Okay?
So she hasn't done any propaganda yet. And the people are like, "Oh man, this is a bad omen."
Yeah.
This is the equivalent of us going to the Middle East and bringing Osama bin Laden back, parading him through the streets and saying, "We got the traitor that did the 2 towers." Oh, sorry. So this would be the equivalent of getting. Sorry. What?
I don't know where you're going with this.
Sorry. I misspoke. This would be the equivalent of parading George Bush through the streets and saying, "We got the guy who did the 2 towers." I'm just kidding. Okay, right? And people saying, "Oh man, it's a bad omen." Everyone would be we cheered when we got Osama bin Laden. There were celebrations, fireworks in the streets. Okay, this does not make sense.
Yeah, you're right.
Of the invincibility of the Targaryens.
I thought the dragons was gods.
As soon as people can see you can kill dragons, well, then anybody can do it. And does that mean that these people that we've always thought of as being gods because of their ability to ride dragons is actually all a bit of a mirage?
This is at best a terrible omen, and at worst a harbinger of the things to come.
The rest of it's perfect.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But it does not work. So that's my big complaint. And it's the same complaint it's the only complaint. It's the only problem with the show.
Yeah.
But it is causing problems every single episode.
Yeah, you're right. It also, going back to my other point, it doesn't make sense it's not clear what they're trying to convey with that whole parading.
Yeah, it is.
It seems,
look, your king brought down one of the dragons. How is that not clear?
It sounds like they're also trying to garner.
Your king brought down the traitor Melees.
Yeah, but then why? It doesn't make sense why the king isn't parading through with them.
Because he's crispy. He's crispy fried chicken.
I know it makes sense, but because we know, but it doesn't make sense how
they have to sneak his body in. I love that. I love that.
It just, yeah, I don't know, but it was fine. It was a good episode, good dialogue. Not a whole lot happened, but just setting up, the fallout from everything that's happened. So, anyways, I gotta get going.
Okay. I'm gonna go watch the next episode. Excited for it. They set up what is it called? The Dragon Seed? Dragon Seed?
Is that a plot point in the books?
Yeah.
With the
with Jace.
Baby dragons.
Jace. I liked that they gave it to Jace. Actually, that it was his idea to do the hey. Let's get a bunch of bastards and see if they can tame the dragons.
Oh yes.
But I'll have to reread the book at some point. But I thought that it was the black guy, what's his name? Valerian Corlys. Yeah. I thought it was Corlys's idea, but I can't remember if they actually ever say whose idea it was. But it came up in the council of, look, we've got dragons. Yeah. But we don't have anyone to ride them.
But I'm glad that they addressed that too, because
absolutely
thought because they had.
We'll absolutely pray for your friend, man.
Makes sense. But
heart problems are scary. Randy, okay, I'll remember it.
Will do. There's a lot of that going around. I got again. My coworker has his mom found an abscess in her brain.
That's
just went wandering out at night and just fell down, and they thought it was cancer, but it was some infection.
She's like a fugue state.
Scary stuff. Yeah. She's been like sleepwalking and running into things and losing her memory, and they found her naked outside, passed out. And anyways, sorry, you did get into this, but
I did that one time, but it was for different reasons. So, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's all set up. It's all good. I loved when he was saying "mommy," but yeah, I think I know where they're ending the season.
Okay. I look forward to it. It's been pretty good.
See you
so
next
far.
week. We'll talk about Twisters and Just Ask the Dragon. No more Star Wars.
Yeah.
I still have videos to finish, but
Thank goodness.
so garbage. So bad. Anyway, bye.
Hey.
And now it is time to say goodbye.
We had a great conversation.
It's been fun. But all good things must come to an end, and the goodest ending I can think of is...
Right now, this moment, this night.
So I guess we just say goodbye.
So, goodbye.
Toodaloo. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. Ding dao day. But come back next week for more outrageous bloopers.
This is the end.
Well, there's only one thing left to do.
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If it's true, please take a minute to subscribe to the channel, and you can join us along for the ride. And if you pay me, I'll try to be more entertaining, so please consider joining.